With the cold temperatures, people are bundling up, but what about their pets? A lot of dog owners don't know the proper way to groom their furry friends this time of year. So with us this morning is grooming expert Jorge Bendersky and Tito. Little Tito, one of the cutest dogs I think. Hi, buddy. I've ever seen. I'm in such trouble if my daughter's watching this right now. All right, let's go over some standard rules for winter care and how to keep your pets safe in the winter before we get into the grooming here.
Definitely. Even when we think they're born with their own sweater, it is a lot of stuff that we need to take care from inside, from the environment. When it comes to their paws, we want to be sure that the paws are nice and clean. You can see Tito has here, he's going to show us how one paw, one little paw is very hairy, this one, and this one is trimmed. So, you know, when they go and run around in the snow, you don't want them to catch all that snow. So you want to trim the hair off their paws because they get full of ice, and then it hurts when it gets down between their pads. Exactly, and it's not only ice, it's the salt.
The salt, right.
Yes, we have to be very careful. That's one thing that you need to talk with your neighborhoods. Use pet-friendly salts on the streets because they, you know, then we lick it and they taste good, and
it can even be fatal with dogs, but it certainly can make them sick. But also, certain kinds of salt burn their paws and irritate their skin when they walk on it too much.
Exactly, and not only the paws. Remember that they walk around, they trot around the city, and it gets all on their stomach. So we need to be sure that when we get home, we really take care of that.
And the other thing that we need to be aware of too is that when you're walking around, keep them on a leash because they can get disoriented in the winter.
Definitely, the snow is pretty. They love to play on it, but they're going to lose their sense of smell. So not only they're not going to know where you are, but they're not going to know where the street starts. So you need to be super careful, be on an enclosed dog run if you want to let them play, always on the leash on the street.
All right, and also quickly, if you run in to get a coffee or something like that, you want to be careful about leaving them outside.
Exactly. We see them outside the coffee stores. You don't want to have a frappu puppy when you come out. So you need to be sure that you go quick or you have somebody waiting outside for the dog.
All right, let's go to the grooming stuff real quick because I don't think people even think about grooming dogs in the winter, but what should we keep in mind with this?
Winter comes every year, so if by Thanksgiving your dog is matted, that's the time where to take action because you want to be sure that by the winter the dog has some hair with him to be protected. So, you know, if you have to cut the hair short in the winter, be sure you put a sweater. Some dogs don't like to wear sweaters and jackets, but doesn't mean that they don't need it. So, you know, we need to be very careful. Their coat is their own sweater, but if it's not brushed properly, it's not going to isolate the heat and the cold. So it's very important to always brush it like thoroughly. And the best way to do it, if they have long hair, is like you with one hand you hold the hair, and with the other one you start spreading the hair layer by layer, so you're sure that expands the undercoat and protects it.
All right, and also quickly, shaving is not a good idea. It's a last resort, correct?
It's the last resort.
If they're so matted that it's painful for them, but only then.
Totally, and remember, for the ladies, the dog is going to be walking very close to your shoes, so you want the dog to be gorgeous. If you're going to be walking, you don't want like an ugly-looking dog.
All right, Jorge, thanks so much. For more pet grooming tips, head over to our website, cbsnewyork.com. We'll be right back.